Hey, question for you. Regardless outcome, you're a legend. You said on Thursday that this young man wasn't a real fighter. How has your opinion changed after 30 minutes of scrap?
Yeah, he does. He's for sure not fight mentality. He definitely is. I knew that already. He's just not that wonderful contact. So.
What surprised you that he had tonight you didn't expect?
Nothing. I had a couple shots I didn't see enough of, but I wasn't surprised. I expressed that with everybody.
When you asked for a 10-round fight, were you thinking of employing kind of a rope-a-dope strategy later in the fight to be able to come on and you guys tired?
No, just like I said, I'm not full of shit at all. I was like if you could fight 10 rounds with me, what would you rather do?
You had some success.
What would you rather do, 3 or 10 rounds?
I would rather do no rounds.
Yeah, I mean, anybody though, right? Like, fuck, I'd rather have 3 rounds. I just thinking about it, but no matter how, I've always felt like that. No matter how many rounds my fight goes, it doesn't go my way. I know it would have gone longer. I could have won. So I'm like, I want 10 rounds, and you got 10 rounds.
Last week, you had some success. You had some success in these rounds. Some of these rounds were close. Do you feel like if you hadn't taken pauses, kind of clowned a little bit, that maybe some of these rounds you could have won, the fight would have been closer and gone your way?
Yeah, what it could have.
Nate, did anything you do in that ring in terms of his power or when he caught you with that shot that dropped, did it surprise you?
Yeah, I didn't see that one. Hop up and recover a little bit. Yeah, no. I know what I was coming for a fight with a big, strong, motivated, pumped up guy to take over the world. And nothing surprising me.
Were you ever worried that he could continue that on and you were going to drop again, or you were like, nah, I got this, and you felt comfortable?
Nothing better. I just feel like he's better.
Did you feel like you hurt him tonight at any point?
I think I hit him with some good stuff, but I think he can compost his shit. I think I could do better, and I think, like I said, I could have should.
Hey Nate, what did you think of the crowd? They were cheering your name throughout the whole fight. Can you hear them in there?
Yeah, I heard it get loud in and out, and yeah, you tell me. I gotta rewatch the fight.
Nate, this was a very successful event for a Real Fight. What's next for Real Fighting?
What was that?
It was a pretty successful event. I heard the gate was the second highest in American Airlines history. What's next for Real Fight? Real Fight Inc.
Yeah, we're gonna do a show. We have plans to do some stuff, and right now we're gonna go home. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna figure out whether we want to do MMA or boxing, and then we'll see what they want to do. They said they want to do the PFL thing, and I think that we want to do that. We're gonna have to focus on do Real Fight versus PFL, and with that, my goal is to get a rematch and an ADR.
What were you thinking when you got Jake at the guillotine?
Oh, done deal. That was already, in a real fight, this fight's over, and we're still here with the winner. But we're participating in a boxing match, and it was a good time. And now I know, because I was curious too. I was like, I'm gonna get in a boxing ring, and I know what I think, and I've trained my whole career boxing with pro boxing on the highest level, high as I could get, and done really well. And I've never fought a pro fight, so I was like, I think I'll whoop all these motherfuckers' ass. But that's just what I think. Let's go and I get a feel for it. It felt just like what I'd imagined. And what was the question? Yeah, I'll fuck up everybody.
Is that how you finish him in the cage? That little free view?
Oh, the guillotine? Yeah, that was too easy. Yeah, it's too easy. And the takedown was too easy, too. I just fucking got the punch in his whole leg was in my chest. I'd be trying to take people down in MMA, they smash my head and fuck me up. And I get tired and all kinds of shit. I'm like, well, this is easy to fight.
Mike?
Nate, what did you, Nate, all the way back here. What did you think of just the promotional side of it? Like, what did you take away from it? What learning lessons are you gonna go home with?
I learned a lot, and I watched a lot happen, and I know exactly what I'm gonna do next because I've seen all of it done more than anybody, more than the media, more than the fighters, more than the new promoters. I'm like, I know exactly what's going on, you know, what's the pros and cons after this week for sure. And they give their criticism on what I do in the media. Bro, we're trying to. It's all good. I'm just kidding. And I think it was a good experience just like train with somebody and learn how to defend a choke or something because you got fucked up. And it's like, oh, we fucked up here and there and there. And they had their criticism on how I'm doing my promoting on my side. But every UFC or any big show that I fought in, that turned out to be the biggest shows. It was because I was doing what the fuck I do, and whatever the fuck I do, usually we end up being the highest gates and numbers and all kinds of shit. So I learned that I know what I'm talking about. Cocky, yeah.
Nate, right over here.
Wait, sorry. Would you ever consider continuing doing boxing? Is there anyone else that you would consider sharing the ring with again?
100%, yeah. That's my, everyone saying about the experience too that I just learned from fighting out there. I didn't know if people were fucking little guys the size of MMA gloves, and I didn't even get cut tonight. I get cut in every MMA fight. I can box for another. I don't want to go get my, you know, you get right around by some good people,
But is there like a name, anyone you would?
I have nobody now, but I'm sure I'm gonna go home and hear criticism and see people fights and see. I'm gonna see all kinds of shit. So next week, get back to me. I'm sure I have a list full of motherfuckers' asses.
Straight ahead the flag. Right over here, Nate. Nate here in the back, Marcos Villegas, Fight Up TV. Hey Nate, how did Jake physically feel in there?
Easy to take down, easy to choke. And he did a good job, and he's fucking athletic, strong dude, and he hits hard and fast, but it ain't nothing I ain't seen before. And I've trained with people I've trained with Mike Russell in this camp, and he's a big guy, but these guys get throw down. It's good shit.
And my follow-up is, did you notice a difference at all, you personally, between like the four-hands gloves and the bigger gloves? How did the punches feel?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I did. It just felt just like spine gloves. I mean, obviously smaller, but way bigger and different than MMA gloves. I don't like MMA gloves either, though, because I can't land as good as punches and feel as good as land punches. So I like the 8-ounce glove.
Chris Busher, House of Highlights. Jake has been talking about fighting you in the octagon. Would you do that, and if so, how do you think it would go?
Yeah, I think I kind of already said that. I think that would go fight him. It's easy to take him down and easy to he's talking about his wrestling credential the other day on the interview, and I'm like, what?
How soon would you go about fighting in the octagon? Is that something you'd want to do soon, or just let it go on?
I'm not cut. 2, 3, 4 months. I'm ready to rock. After MMA fights, I'm cut to shit. My legs hurt. I can't walk. And that feels good to be okay.
Congratulations on for making it all the way and putting on a great performance. You mentioned your cuts. Talk about the job that Jacob Stutz did throughout the corner. You haven't really been cut up or putting the swelling down and keeping you in the fight for one more round.
Yeah, shout out to Stitch. She was in there keeping me good, and yeah, he stayed in there good.
You were talking to Jake during the fight. What were you saying to him in the ring?
I was making fun of him, telling him to do too much shit.
Mike, how did you just feel competing at this weight? It's the highest you did at fight. Did you feel like slower?
I would have rather like to stay smaller. Or if I went up to this way, I would like to have trained like I do. Obviously, when I'm smaller, I was trying to kind of. I was trying to get bigger and shit. I didn't think he was much bigger than me. I thought he was bigger than that. Trainer for the fights. That's why I said I have big ass Mike Russell to train with. I like he's gonna be Mike Russell size. Mike's like sitting on. He's huge. I like but at least he's fast. I'm not training with your big ass.
Okay.
Nate, how'd you feel in the fight? Did you feel like you were winning the rounds?
I feel like I should have done Richard got mad at me because I wasn't training. I should have been training. I should have been throwing punches, keeping them on the outside, and doing a lot of stuff. Like I said in an interview, I'm not trying to make excuses, but about a month back, I was trying to stay big. I hurt my arm a little bit, and it was wear and tearing on my right arm. And I was jabbing and doing a lot of stuff, so I wouldn't get inside and fight like a Mexican guy, smothering their punches and get in there and make every sparring session a brawl. And I did that kind of from camp, and that's how the fight went. And I think I should have kept on the outside circles and did better stuff. I knocked this bitch off. He don't want to say, but he wanted me to keep going outside, and I should have. But it's all good. There's no way I'm not going to show up for a fight because of something like that too. You got to go regardless. Like no matter what. So I plan on doing my next one if it's going to be boxing. When it worked good.
At the end of the fight, did you think you did enough to win? Did you think you won the fight? Like at the end, did you think you did enough to win? Like they were.
No, I didn't think I won. I knew when he got the knockdown and stuff. So I figured I won a good amount of rounds. I gotta watch the fight. So because I know what I think and I know what it's about.
And then last one for me, do you think he ever really takes you up on the challenge to fight you in MMA? I know he spoke.
Yeah, we're gonna see what happens with him and see if he really wants to do that. And if not, I'll be back in this hunt coming down to get advice.
He said it would be $10 million to fight him in MMA. What would it take for you financially to fight him in MMA?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it and make sure everybody's happy for sure. Yeah, not more than that.
just to elaborate on that,
He's gonna hand me a little bit of money, make less money.
it's not going to be 10 million. Like that.
Your teammate Chris Avila had a big win. Can you talk a little bit about Chris Avila's performance?
Oh yeah, I should have been talking about. And Alan Sanchez did a great job. He had a good fight. What did you guys think about Alan?
That was a war, Mexican war.
Yeah, it was a good fight, and yeah, it was really good. And then Jose did his thing, and Ramos, and everybody. And Kilo had a hell of a fight. He had a hard opponent too. My guys from my gym, dude, that I train with every day, they came in here and they all showed out. And I was over there at the gym a little bit earlier this morning and walking around doing that today. I was watching their fights on the phone, and every time when I'm all juiced up and ready to, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I still got to fight. Shit.
Hold on 1 second. Back left corner. Don't you?
And shout out to the team.
In the blue tie.
Shout out to the team.
Nate, you said yesterday, that this guy can't really fight. Has your opinion changed on that in that regard?
Yeah, well, I'm not trying to fucking talk shit. He's fucking boxing, high level guys, MMA, and he's sparring hard and working with good people, and then he starts talking shit to me throughout the camp. Like, it comes with the territory, and it's all is fair. Love and war, I'm always about that. Say whatever you want, that's fine. But then when you start making things personal, trying to make things personal, saying shit he shouldn't be saying, that is once, and then it hurts these people's feelings when I say this ain't a real fight. If it's a real fight, remember Logan Paul in Orleans? You know what I'm saying? No problem. This is not a real fight to be talking to me like that. This is a boxing competition. So that's what I meant by he can't really fight. So it's not overly disrespectful. And, you know what I'm saying?
Is there a pro
Can't
boxer?
really fight. Don't be talking shit.
Did you see Connor's tweet? What did you think?
What did he say?
He basically said not interested, and then he sent something to Sweetie, the girl who walked out with Clemens Rana.
Yeah,
One for Richard
Nate.
Perez. Richard, what did it mean to finally walk out Nate?
Fuck them.
Nate,
Richard, what did it mean to finally walk out Nate to a boxing match? I've been training him.
I love the way he's boxing. He's just, you got hurt. And so that throws you back. Wherever the level you're on, you have to slow it down. So your timing's off, and then he couldn't throw the jab very good. That's why he got caught with the hook, because he threw it and dropped it. And then before that, he hurt his knee back. It's all good. He's not going to quit. He's not going to quit.
Nate, sorry. Are you aware that you're a victim of the Drake curse? Because he put $250,000 down for you to beat Jake Paul. It seems as though, as you know, everybody he bets on seems to lose. So were you aware of that?
Yeah, whatever. Shout out to Drake, love for the love. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? Hey, we'll break that.
2 more questions.
Is there a pro boxer?
Fuck it,
Is there a pro boxer that you'd like to watch, and is there a style that you'd like to teach Nate if he continues to go forward in boxing?
I like Mike Tyson.
Is there a style you'd like to teach?
I like this style. When he's not hurt or anything, he's awesome.
What do you call that style? How would you describe
Nate
it?
Diaz style.
Last question. This question for both of you guys. You guys sold out the building, record came. The crowd was obviously almost one-sided behind Nate tonight. Your career obviously isn't over whether in MMA or in boxing. Real Fight has their own promotional show.
What just happened? Hold on.
Yo, turn it up!
Hey, who had that fight? Hit it in 3. Perfect time.
With as big of a performance as it was for both Nate and Real Fight tonight, would Dallas be a market you guys want to return to in the future?
Is that for me?
For both of you guys.
I'll start, absolutely. I mean, we got so much love here all week. I mean, from the beginning, as I said before, we've been to other boxing shows similar to this. MVP shows, they were great opponents, but nothing like this. This was an event. This was a boxing show. It was sold out in big news. And I asked you, who did Make News become? I mean, great co-promotion, but it's because of what Real Fight's doing. It's because what Nate's doing is the power, and that's why the crowd was the way it was, and that's why the build-up was the way it was. That's why the social media was because of the way it was. So, you know, I'll let Nate answer too, but you know, when he said we're here to take over, I mean, this is what it looks like tonight. So we're here.
So just following up on that, you know, there were tickets available for the UFC event, there were none left here. It looks like we were selling, or this event rather, was selling at something like 450% higher or something like that than the UFC. What do you think it says about Nate's draw power that the UFC was not selling out while he was somewhere else and it was?
I don't think it's a competition. You know, I think both organizations can do really well. There's a lot of love for the UFC. You know, and tonight was, you know, a great night with a long build-up for a fight that people wanted to see. And I think everybody can coexist, including Real Fight, on that grand stage.
Thank you.
All right, we're gonna go.
Hey, shout out to the team, Jose Wild, Romulo Kilo, Real Fighting, Chris Villa.
Hey, sit down.
Alan Sanchez. Shout out to the team, and I appreciate the Nate Diaz Army, everybody coming rocking me at the club. And shout out to Clarissa Shields and James Tony. West Side.